I have no idea.
All right, well, I'm just gonna go ahead and start this off. You are recording this, right?
I am, yep.
All right. Three, two, one. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the first episode of Puzzle Piece Podcast. I am your host, NicksUniverseYT, here with a very special guest, founder and uh, editor in chief, André Segers for Game Explain. What's up, Andre?
It's going good. I'm excited to talk about the Mario movie because I've been waiting my entire life for this thing.
Yeah, honestly, the Mario movie is just what everybody's been expecting for quite a long time now. There were plans to have Universal do the Mario movie, but that fell through, and now we have Illumination doing it, and so far it looks really, really good. What would you say, Andre?
I mean, I think everything we've seen has surpassed my wildest expectations. I was very fearful hearing Illumination was going to be handling it. And of course, trepidatious, given the previous Mario movie wasn't exactly the best thing ever. But everything we've
Yeah.
seen of it looks amazing. It seems like there's a lot of care and thought being put into it. And as a lifelong Mario fan, as I said, I'm super excited that we're finally now getting Mario properly realized in the cinematic universe, and I can't wait to see it. So it's looking great.
All right. Well, for you lucky viewers at home, we have got two predictions and three questions lined up here. So, first prediction for the Mario movie. Foreman Spike is going to have a prominent role because he was featured with the main cast, and he is also a deep cut character with probably some new lore behind him as well. What are your thoughts on this, Andre? Because my thoughts are basically Foreman Spike's just going to be like a secondary, not so threatening main villain. He's just kind of going to be like there, and then like he's going to appear like at some point during the third act, like maybe Bowser just comes back to New York to conquer the Earth or something like that. Same way he did in the original '90s movie.
Oh man, that'd be wild. I'm not expecting it to go that far, though. That sounds like that would be a lot of fun. I think he'll. I think he will. I think Spike's role exists only to act as the impetus or the drive for Mario and Luigi to end up with where they go to the Mushroom Kingdom. So whatever Spike ends up doing, whether it's you know I don't know, acting as competition or forcing them to go do this one job, I don't know, but it exists to act as a foil to Mario and Luigi, so they have this drive to go elsewhere, and that's how they end up, in the Mushroom Kingdom, being separated from each other. And yeah, I don't think we'll see him again much beyond that point, except maybe at the very end, as you said, when they end up back in New York. Though I think it wouldn't be, I don't think it would be for reasons of Bowser returning as well. But who knows? But I'm excited to see Spike realized at all. Like, this is a deep cut character, as you mentioned. We haven't seen this guy
Yeah.
really at all outside of specific references to his game since its original release. So it's really exciting to see him being realized, as a proper character for the first time ever.
Yeah. So with Spike being a deep cut character and only having a few references, like you said, it'll be very difficult to have his lore fully realized because all we have right now is that he was Mario and Luigi's former boss. He was not very nice to them, probably unsafe working conditions. And other than that, he's probably just gonna be like a little force to drive Mario and Luigi to the Mushroom Kingdom, like you said. All right, second and last prediction before we get to the questions. You and I both kind of might agree on this. Bowser will have a metal song in the movie as a prediction because let's face facts, Jack Black and metal go together really well. So to just have a giant turtle lord that just kind of that already goes metal anyways. All of his themes have just been like rock and roll and everything. So do you think this could come true?
Oh yeah, I think I would be shocked if Bowser doesn't do some kind of musical number in this case. I mean, this is Jack Black, as you mentioned. It's kind of his thing. He had an entire video game based around that idea, basically. And I really hope that we see and hear that in this new trailer. That's the key thing that I want to see almost beyond anything else. And I want to hear how the musical number goes. Because it sounds like there is at least one in the movie, and I'm so excited to hear it.
Yeah, with my opinions on that, the most recent poster we've gotten, which was actually found on the S&B Plumbing website, there is a poster of Bowser on top of a stage with Kamek, possibly pumping up the other Koopas. So I would assume that it's something along those lines. Like it's just like Bowser wants to pump him up, getting like real ready for the invasion and everything. It just seems like a pretty, appropriate time and response to have this kind of Jack Black Bowser kind of mechanic to work here. And
Exactly. Yeah, I've been asked before, like, if I expect it to be like a musical, and I'm not in this case, although I'm open to
yeah,
it. But I feel like the song will make sense within the universe itself. Like, it exists diegetically rather than a lot of Disney musicals where like they just start singing for no random, for a random reason. It doesn't really make a whole
Yeah.
lot of sense if you think about it.
Yeah, like
So
one like a Luigi just talks about how hard his plumbing job is, and Mario just goes like, "You think that's hard, Luigi? How about you try this for size? You will
exactly.
find stuff in the pipes that you don't want in
Although
your sink."
okay, I actually want that song in the movie now. Although to that point, it is funny to mention it. We already do hear Mario and Luigi sing a little bit in the movie, thanks to the Super
Thank you,
Show
Super
song.
Mario Bros.
Yeah.
Which returns in the Mario cartoon back in the in the late '80s, and
Yeah,
I just
one
love
of the
that
best cartoons.
yeah, I love that they're referencing that, even though as far as we know, it sounds like it's the original singers from that cartoon because
Yeah,
they didn't re-record it with Chris Pratt and Charlie Day, which is totally fine.
yeah.
But yeah.
If they did though, that'd be so cool.
That would be quite something, and it is possible. I'm not
Yeah.
expecting it, but it is possible they do record it for the movie version properly.
All right. So for the viewers at home, final trailer for the Mario movie comes out March 9th on Thursday. So be sure to check that out if you can. I guarantee you Andre's probably gonna do a thing on his channel about it too.
Probably a few things.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so moving on to the questions in this whole thing. Three questions, questions. So kind of agreed for me already, but which characters do you think will be fan favorites according to the fans of this movie? Will it be Jack Black's Bowser with the ability to just be Jack Black and everybody loves him? Seth Rogen DK with his funniness, and obviously, I mean, everybody loves DK. Can't really go wrong with him. Or Charlie Day Luigi, the undermined brother of the century, because let's face facts, although Mario treats him like an equal, not everybody does, not even Nintendo themselves half the time. So which character do you think is going to be a fan favorite in terms of popularity?
I mean, I think right now Jack Black's Bowser is already taking an early lead. Everyone seems to agree he's perfect for it. He's got the great voice. He's got the personality. Seeing him in that Bowser costume on Kelly Clarkson's show was hilarious. It's like, yes,
Yeah.
he's fully on board. So I think he has the possibility of being like the standout character here. But I will say, I think the one that has the greatest potential to possibly match, if not exceed it maybe, would be Charlie Day's Luigi. I think Luigi, is a favorite character of many's, including even yourself, I believe. And
Yes, I am a huge Luigi fan. I kind of started doing artwork with Luigi when I first started out, and I've just kind of been including him in a couple of other works that I have. Not so much recently, but I should really do something for the upcoming release.
yeah, you probably should. That'd be a lot of fun. And I think Luigi, to that point, is just a really fun character. So seeing him realized on the screen via Charlie Day could just be an amazing time. As for DK, I think the thing with DK is you kind of already know what you expect. It's Seth Rogen being Seth Rogen, which is usually great, but I don't think it's going to be full surprises. I could be wrong on that front, but I think at this point, it's probably Jack Black, Bowser, Charlie Day, and then a distant third DK. But we'll see.
Yeah, yeah. All right. Like real quick question: could you like make a face for like a thumbnail or something like that? Like it's just like obligatory at this point.
Yeah, let me think. Oh man, I only do that much on their own thumbnails. I've got to think.
All right.
I could be happy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Like it's just like
Oh, well, yeah, I could do the Luigi scared face.
yeah. Yeah, something like that. I'm definitely gonna use that now. That's funny. All right, second question. Sorry about that whole thing, but it has to be obligatory.
Yep.
So second question, do you think with the amount of worlds we've seen so far in the Mario movie trailers, do you think they're going to expand on all of those in that 90-minute runtime? Or do you think they're just going to go through a couple of them and like reference them as they go? Because we've seen on Peach's little map table that she has in her castle, there's like multiple kingdoms at once, but I'm not sure if they're going to actually go through with that idea or they're just going to go to like a couple at a time,
Yeah, I believe, if I remember correctly, I think we have seen every one of the worlds depicted on that map now, even if just briefly. I think the desert was the one we were holding out on, and we saw a clip of that in a random TV ad not too long ago.
Yeah,
I think each one will be fleshed out a little bit more. I don't think they're all just part of a montage, where they fly through one by one by one.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I'm expecting a whole lot of depth for each one at the same time. Especially considering this is only a 90-minute movie, and what 5-6 worlds is a lot to cover. So I feel like you'll probably spend a couple minutes in each one, with the longest or lengthiest ones, of course, being the Mushroom Kingdom, the DK's Donkey Kong Country, and that actually, that might be it of the worlds we've seen.
Yeah.
But we'll see. It's hard to say for sure, of course. Maybe they'll spend 10 minutes in each one. I don't know.
Yeah. With that, we've actually seen a lot of the different worlds being represented by different games as well. I can't really say for certain if this one is a world per se. It could just be part of the Mushroom Kingdom. But we've seen Bob on Battlefield, or something that looks extremely similar to Bob on Battlefield. We've seen the Sand Kingdom from Odyssey, which actually might be a reference to Sarasaland in a way as well. Just because Sarasaland's the Sand Kingdom as well. We've seen the Ice Kingdom, which is really nice. Kind of reminds me of Cool Cool Mountain a bit, especially with the little penguins. Kind of expecting a whole Easter egg to just drop by where one of them just falls off a cliff for comedic effect.
Yeah, I feel like the Ice Kingdom actually might offer a good idea of how much we could expect to see of some of the other kingdoms. Like, I'm guessing we're going to see it in the opening, and that's probably it. Like, we're going to see Bowser go there, take the star. We're probably not going to see much more of it, maybe aside from when they return the stars or whatever at the end, I assume. I don't know, so...
Yeah. All right. Speaking of the stars, here's the last question for now. This is the power-up question. We've seen the Tanuki Leaf, or at least a variant of the Tanuki Leaf. We've seen Mario in full Tanuki gear. We've seen Princess Peach using the Fire Flower, so that would stand the reason that Mario also has the same thing. We've seen him use the cat suit. Do you think there's any room for things like the frog suit, or maybe even using the power stars as like an invincibility thing like in the actual games, or do you think it's going to be like a 64 situation where he just kind of grabs them?
That'd be hilarious if we see Mario 64's Bowser fight reenacted on the screen. I'm not expecting to see a superstar just because they're Starman, whatever you want to call it. Just because like that removes all the stakes then, right? Like I feel like you have to have some stakes. I think, after seeing the cat suit, which I never expected to see in the movie, anything's game. I would love to see the frog suit myself. I was a huge fan of Mario 3. I always loved seeing that pop up in the Mario Super Show.
Mario 3 was my favorite Mario game in general because that was the first one I ever played, first ever video game I ever played, Mario 3. Because at a young age, I just kind of taught myself how to play. I didn't get taught how to. My mom always told me, you just kind of picked up a controller and you just started playing. You kind of just figured it out as you went along.
That's
but
awesome.
The frog suit the frog suit's always been my favorite because not only does it have advantages to water, but it also kind of troubles you on land as well. Whereas with the fire suit, you have it on water and land, and you can just kind of throw fireballs underwater and stuff. But with the frog suit, there's actual like tactics you have to use to get to that. It works well in water, but it's kind of harder to use on land,
right? Because
of that reason. But like the frog suit would be amazing to see. Like Luigi just picks up a frog suit, and like he's all green and stuff. It's like all adorable and everything.
Yeah, that could be amazing. But in terms of power-ups, like I think we actually may see. I mean, we covered some of the basic ones. We got the Fire Flower, we got the Tanuki suit. We're missing a big one though. We're missing the mushroom, the super mushroom, or maybe a mega mushroom. So I'm hoping that we'll see something that makes Mario way bigger.
Mega mushroom would be such an amazing thing. Like, imagine Bowser just forgets he had one laying around, and Mario's just like, wait, he seems scared of that. Maybe I should use it. And then he uses it, and then Bowser's like, you think that would work on me, fool? I have the kind of technology to remove that from you.
Yeah, exactly. So I feel like we have to see that.
Yeah. Okay. One thing I actually want to see in recent years is the blue shell from New Super Mario Brothers DS. I would love to see the blue shell from New Super Mario Brothers DS because that has an advantage to it. Mario can use that as like a disguise to get into the lava kingdom to save Luigi, or maybe he could just use it to like move around faster in some way.
Yeah, that'd be a surprise. Definitely would be kind of one of those deeper cut items because it's never come back since the original. But given the fact we already have the Spike Key blue shell from Mario Kart in there and the Koopa Troopa with it, I wonder if we actually could see it. But I don't know.
Like the same way Mario World works. Like you hit a Koopa and the shell comes off of it, but the Koopa just slides out.
The poor naked Koopa. He needs his clothing.
Poor Koopa. Anyways, that is going to be all the questions and predictions we have for this episode of Puzzle Piece Podcast. I am your host, NicksUniverseYT, and we should thank our guest Andre for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, thanks so much for having me, Nick. It was a ton of fun.
Oh yeah, I guarantee it. Anyways, that'll be all for this episode, and we hope to see you in the next one. See you later, everybody. See you later, Andre. Pleasure being with you.
You too. Thanks.
Yeah, welcome.